Hey guys, Nicole here with Obscure Reptiles and Caging, and today we are cutting 2 different clutches of ball python eggs. So let's get started. So we've actually got 2 clutches. We've got actually the younger of the 2 clutches, which is at day 56, day 57. They already started to pip. And then we've got babies that are actually about 2 days older than them who have not started to pip, but because they're a little bit older, we are going to cut them as well. It's totally safe. They're almost at day 60. I'm going to show you guys how to safely cut them. I'm going to show you guys a couple of tricks to know that they are getting ready to pip if they have not already. But let's get started. This first one's kind of going to be boring. Everyone's going to be the same thing, but I like to make sure that everyone can get out. As you can see, the one that is out, I'm about to show you, only his head is poking out at the moment, so I want to make sure he can actually get out all the way. Looks a little uncomfortable, so we're going to make a little bit larger of a hole for him and then cut the rest of his siblings, and then we'll get on to the second clutch, which is another Who Is Your Daddy, because we put 3 different males in with that female. Alright guys, so as you can see, this is the little one who has started to come out. We're going to give him a little bit larger hole. You can actually see over here where he started trying to pip. I'm going to pick him up. Give me 1 second to get some paper towels and we'll get started. So we're going to start out by helping this little guy out. So the number one thing of knowing when your eggs are ready, the best trick is you can see that these eggs are connected. See them all move right before they're ready to pip. They will peel apart super easy. So this is actually our albino pied clutch. If you did not notice, this little one is the first one to come out. So there was one bad egg, one moldy egg. It was right around in here. So you can see a couple of them are going to have this little bit of discoloration. We don't ever get rid of them unless they go bad like the one did, but still a fantastic clutch. We've only lost that one egg. So we're going to open it up so this little one, be really careful. Give him a nice little... The reason I love these little scissors is, as you can see, they're rounded. So there we go. Letting them out. So get a little bit better sneak peek. Beautiful yellows on him. Very dark. Him or her. Won't be able to tell until they actually come out. So these are all going to be albino pieds, but I still want to give them the best chance. So I want them to make it easy for them to come out. But like I said, they're going to peel apart. Normally you would never get these apart without ripping them. So we'll just start over here, make our way across. We do have most of these spoken for. We do have people waiting on males and females. So if you guys are interested, I believe we have maybe 2 or 3 spots left. But like another good way to know that the eggs are about to be hatching, you see how there's a little vein right there and it's not up against the egg, it's actually fallen off the egg. They're normally against the eggshell, but they'll actually fall off completely when they are about to hatch. So I'm going to go pretty quickly through these. What I like to do is pinch just to make sure no baby, no vein, no anything's up there. Give it a nice little straight cut just because we're really not trying to see in there. We're just trying to give them a good way to get out. There's a little one. Just making it easier on them, really. So this one is very flat, as you can see. So this one, something may be wrong with the baby. It may just not be one that's good for thriving. It may just be in a bad egg. We're just not sure. But especially eggs like that, I like to give them a good chance so they can actually come out. But I also like to use the scissors to move things around. But baby looks pretty good. We'll know more once they crawl out, but sometimes when they're in really deformed, really flat eggs, sometimes it means something's wrong with the baby. A lot of times it's just a strange egg, but you never want to give up on an egg even if it's small. Pinch in the top. One thing I've never gotten in the last, I don't know, 8-10 years has been twins. I've only gotten one paradox. I've never gotten twins, so I'm really hoping one day that we get some. That is our goal. You can also cut like that. Actually, dip the scissors in. For other eggs, the next clutch I show you, I'm going to do a big circular so you guys can see in it really good. But For these, again, very bright yellows. For the other ones, I'll open it more so you guys can see better. But, well, you know, everyone here is the exact same thing. Next season, what we're actually planning on doing is we have a clown pied male, and we're thinking of putting him with a few different females. For example, maybe our albino pied female, maybe one of our normal pied females, or maybe one of the multi-gene pieds that we have. So next season will probably be a little bit different looking when it comes to the albino pieds, because we've loved producing these albino pieds. We've been producing them every season consistently, but I think it might be kind of cool to get us some really nice double hets, triple hets, and have something just a little different. And we've also got this girl, the mom of these, one of her daughters, who might actually be ready next season. This one looks really high color. Really low white on that one. So maybe we'll actually have 2 albino pied moms next season. This one's got a pretty good amount of white. That one's a pretty high white. When it comes to these albino pieds, every year is different. Sometimes we get really high white, sometimes we get really low white. It just depends. But it has nothing really to do with the parents, because they're the exact same parents, and every year they give us a great variety. Sometimes the babies have this super, super nice orange in it. Actually, this one you can already see the oranges on it. Alright, that's it for this. Let me get these cleaned up real quick, and I'll switch them out. Guys, this is that next clutch. This was with our female pied snips. We put her with a cinnamon banana pied female maker, a pastel pinstripe enchi pied, and a Gene X leopard pastel pied. I think that's everything that we actually put with her. I'll double check based on what these babies look like, but let's get started. Other than this and our first ever clown clutch from our blade clown, those ones actually should be next week. I should be able to finally cut, but super, super excited for this and for that. I think I'm just going to start out with just a real plain cross cut, see how it looks in there. I'm going to do a little bit of a hash across it, so we can hash across it, so you can see in there a little bit better. Okay, so I can already tell pastel pinstripe enchi pied is at least the dad of some of these, because that is a pastel pinstripe, and it kind of looks like it's an enchi as well, to be honest. We've got some of those we've already hatched, but let me get my little flashlight so you guys can see it even better. Hopefully you guys can see even better now. Put that out of the way. Definitely pied. Well, all of them will definitely be pieds, but see the little dots on there? Pinstripe, very yellow pastel, and possibly an enchi also. Since we did put so many males with this mom, could be a dual side clutch. They could all be exact same, but we will find out here shortly. Really hoping for more cinnamon bananas like we got earlier. We ended up getting one, and she's just gorgeous. So this right here looks like a pinstripe pied, possibly pastel, but the color is quite different from that first one. So the first one probably has enchi, and this one's probably a pinstripe pastel pied. Beautiful, beautiful babies. The male's actually doing really good. This is actually only his second season, but same as that other clutch. See how those just pull apart? That's how I knew they're ready to cut. The veins are also falling off, plus the eggs are getting a little bit kind of like dry. I definitely don't like this substrate as much as I like the vermiculite. The vermiculite tends to keep them very plump, very full, all the way up until you cut them. I've always preferred that. This is a little bit easier than when you cut them with the vermiculite under them, because they kind of pop out a little bit, they blow out a little bit, but it's also easier just to open up with your scissors. That's a normal pied or pastel pied. Based on the colors, I'm going to go with pastel pied. But we'll have to wait to see. Definitely call that cutie a little pastel pied. Halfway through the clutch, really hoping to find a cinnamon banana. Just one more would be great, especially because it's a female maker male, so any cinnamon bananas we find, chances are would be a female. But if we don't, that's totally okay. Let's make sure to use him a little bit more next season. I'll just start cutting a little so you guys can see a little bit better. Another normal pied, or maybe a pastel pied. All of these babies will be available. We do still have a male and a female pastel pinstripe Enchi pied, and a female pastel pied from the same clutch. So they would have the same dad as these guys. This little one is actually flipped on its belly, so all you see is this white. So some people go and they dig and they push them around and flip them. I'm just going to let the baby be. Sooner or later it'll come out or it'll flip when I check on it in a couple of days. No need to really dig in there like that, especially since I find when you're cutting them, it's only like a, let's call it a 75% accuracy of what you're actually seeing. They change a lot after their first shed. That's really the only time you can be 100% sure. So again, this is mostly for the baby having an easy access out. They don't have to struggle. They don't. Nothing gets stuck. Nothing gets hurt. And just a nice little sneak peek. Some people want to pull them out of the egg and do all this crazy stuff. I don't really agree with that. Just nice little subtle sneak peek. Don't push the baby around. Don't mess with them too much. That is a normal pied. Yeah, some people dig their whole fingers in there. Normal pied. So we got two more. Not a bad clutch at all. But that next one, that blade clown, I will be doing in just a few days. That one's almost ready to go as well. And then Purple Passion is next month. I believe all the rest come out in September. It's a Purple Passion, GHI Mojave to a bunch of different things. I have Lesser Pinstripe to a bunch of different things. That looks like another pastel pinstripe Enchi pied. Beautiful little guys. I actually haven't seen any pastel pinstripe Enchi pieds on Morph Market, so it's been kind of hard for me to figure out pricing and that kind of stuff just because there's really nothing else out there. But I'm sure I'll figure out something. And this one looks like a pastel just by the crazy pattern I can already see on its back. But we'll see how. This one's a very fat little baby. It's got really cool patterns. Let's see if I can. I'm gonna guess this one's a pastel just based on the color. But we're gonna put these guys back in the incubator. We're gonna give them another couple of days. The ones that we're actually poking out, they'll probably be hatching out here tomorrow or the next day. These guys will be out in the next 2 to 3 days. Alright guys, that's it for this video. If you guys are interested in any of these babies or anything else that we have available right now, go to twistedreptiles.com or go to our Morph Market on Twisted Reptiles. If you guys have any questions, you can put them in the comments below. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We do a few videos every single week. So I'll see you guys in the next video.